Hi, I'm Shannon Belcher.
And I'm Krista Miller. We are your hosts for the next 15 minutes of Blue Jay Journal TV.
Here's what's coming up in this episode. Teens often juggle school, work, and sports. We will take a look at that issue.
We will say farewell to a couple of history teachers who have left their mark at Washington High School.
And just how much diversity is there at Washington High School?
Those three stories and so much more is coming up, so stay tuned.
Blue Jay Journal TV starts right now. Diversity. We often hear about how diverse our nation is, but if you walk the halls of Washington High School, you'll see that the nation's melting pot seems to have missed our area. Ryan Trigg has more in this story.
Walking through the corridors of Washington High School, one would be unable to ignore the vastness of Blue Jay Blue, the poster-covered white walls, and even the splashes of camouflage. However, they might also notice a lack of something else.
I wish we had more diversity. I kind of don't like being one of the only Asian students in the entire school.
Located in North Franklin County, Washington High School boasts a population around 1,450 students, but not much diversity.
That's just something you have to face in a small town.
At first it was kind of different. I mean, people would always ask me, like, how do I get my hair this way and want to feel it and stuff. It was kind of awkward, but I mean, after all, you get kind of used to it.
Washington High School is not that diverse, but neither is Washington, the city, or Franklin County for that matter. However, when we first moved here in 2004, and my son Scott was going to be attending here as a freshman, and I got here and met Dr. Riggs, Dr. Marty Riggs, and I asked him, how diverse is the school? And he just laughed, and I thought, am I funny? And he said, no, I'm not. I mean, you're not funny. He said, it's just that I've never really had that question asked. That's how non-diverse we are.
Okay, hello.
Out of those 1,450 students, 97% are Caucasian. It's safe to say Washington High School is not very diverse, as of now.
It's just our caps of Washington High School. I think that I don't see it as a problem so much in this school. I don't see kids just blatantly being mean and cruel to other people that are different than them. I'm sure it happens quietly in pockets, but the people I talk to generally seem accepting and kind.
Since I've been here, nobody's really done anything bad to me so far. And I've lived here for 9 years now, so I'd say this is a pretty nice town.
I haven't had any bullying or hate crime against me, so I think the Washington is very accepting.
So here's the deal.
What is a major problem at some high schools is apparently unseen here. The times have truly changed.
My parents fought, like the other people at that time, blacks and whites, for equality. And so I'm living that. And I'm living off the backs of those people. And I'm so thankful for it. I think that's why it's so important to me. Because it wasn't just blacks that fought for the cause. It was whites and blacks that came together. And I think if we can think of it that way, is that it betters our whole nation.
So, while Washington High School lacks in diversity, it excels in acceptance. With Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Brian Trigg, reporting.
Golf started out as a fun way for Brad Carpenter to spend time with his family, but it has grown into something much more.
At a young age, I played just with my dad. It was just kind of for fun. But at age 12, I started to pick it up really, and I started playing competitively, and I dropped baseball.
For many of Brad's peers, there's been no doubt of his talent and ability to lead by example.
He's a really good golfer. He's a very good teammate. He's a pretty good guy. He always helps everyone out on the team.
I try to set a positive examples for my other teammates, and I try to lead by example. I'm not a big talker, but I mainly try to lead by example.
Brad signed to play golf at Missouri State, but before he starts his collegiate career, he has some other things to finish.
I'm in DECA, NHS, the National Honor Society, golf and basketball.
You know what, Brad is a fantastic guy. What a guy he is, you know? He's a great businessman too, he's awesome in DECA.
Brad has many achievements, ranging from the boys basketball 3-point record to a state appearance in DECA.
Brad has accomplished big things for our high school. He's really been a good person to look up to as an underclassman.
Although Brad has put forth an incredible amount of work, he admits that he couldn't do it without the support system around him.
I credit my parents big time. They've helped me and supported me throughout every sport that I'm playing in. And I also credit my teammates. They've really helped me. I mean, you can't do anything without a team. I hope that when I'm finished, people will remember me for my character off the field and on the field.
Over the last 4 years, Brad has worked hard, and to the delight of many, he's starting to see the results. For Blue Jay Journal, I am Cameron Shipley reporting.
I walked by Maddie the other day, and she was wearing these shoes, and I looked at her feet, and her
clean her toes, or do you think she ever cleans her toes?
I don't think she ever cleans her toes. Okay, honestly, I don't think her boyfriend's that cute.
Yeah, me either. He's not really
He has his days where he's okay, I can see it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think she has a lot of problems.
If you wouldn't say it to their face, then why say it at all? Think before you speak.
The face of Washington High School History Department is about to undergo a major change next school year. Brian Trigg and Blake Stratman have the details.
For nearly 30 years, Washington High School's History Department has been graced with the presence of some incredible teachers. Graduating along with the class of 2014 will be a few of these teachers.
It's a good decision for me personally. This school has meant a lot to me, so it's also difficult.
Obviously, I'm going to miss students. I'm going to miss interaction with students. I'm going to miss the fun of teaching and seeing kids that ask those questions that you kind of go, wow, where'd that come from?
Tom Haas and Jeff Parsons certainly have left their legacy at Washington High School.
Mr. Haas teaches in a way that I feel like he's teaching to help us learn things that we can use in the rest of our life versus to teach what is standardized.
Mr. Parsons made the most boring subject in the world interesting and turned the worst class in the world into your favorite class.
I've definitely not had any teachers like either of them, so I like them both a lot, and they have a really effective way of teaching.
Typically, when things change, people react negatively. When students at Washington heard about Parsons and Haas's retirement, you'd have thought the world was coming to an end.
SAGs are two of my favorite teachers that I've had here, and my little brothers won't get to have them.
They're both really neat characters that have left a big mark on this high school and set a big standard for other teachers.
Some of my students have seen me, with some tears in my eyes already, knowing that, this is all going to stop. But the kids have been wonderful.
I was touched. I was moved. It's nice to know that people care that much.
All good things must come to an end, but memories and emotions can last a lifetime.
I'll miss the challenge of moving kids in a direction within a subject area, but I think I'll miss that, but more importantly, I'll miss the relationship side of it with the students.
It's been a privilege because the students at Washington High School, the staff at Washington High School, the people in this community, it's a wonderful community. People value a good education in Washington.
I will have really good memories of this place, in particular the students. I tell people it's a pleasure to be here every day, and kids look at me like I'm just saying that, but it honestly is. It's been, for the most part, it's been wonderful. So yeah, I have a lot of really good memories.
There's an essence to teaching that it's just a teacher and students. And no matter what technology you bring in, it really still comes down to just a group of students and a teacher and what they will learn together and discover as individuals and as a group. And this is going to be strange, but I'm a teacher. My job's to teach. I know a lot. I'm going to share what I know. I think I can break it down, make it easier to understand. I think that's what teachers do.
We would like to thank Tom Haas and Jeff Parsons, as well as Rebecca McDonald, for their services to Washington High School over the years.
Although she declined an interview, we would like to wish her the best of luck as well. Signing off for the last time, I'm Blake Stratman.
And I'm Brian Trigg, reporting for Blue Jay Journal.
School, work, family, friends, sports. Just look at a typical teenager's daily schedule and you'll wonder how they manage it all. Carolyn Williams has the story.
Many of us might find it difficult to juggle family, school, sleep, friends, and a social life, but imagine adding in sports and a job.
St. Louis Bread Company. Proud of it.
I work at Johnny's Restaurant in Union.
I work at Emo's. For teens to maintain their jobs, they sacrifice many things.
I play soccer and run cross country. Times I don't have time to study for a huge test that I need to study for, but it's okay. It's kind of worth it in the end.
I missed a lot of work because of basketball. Actually, it was tough. I had to have someone come in to work every Monday, because, for an hour until I was done with basketball, because first of all, basketball I really like, and I like work at the same time, so I try to do both.
For many teenagers, a social life is the highlight of their high school experience, but work can crush that social life.
When I would just hang out with wrestling friends, we would just hang out after events. No time for really any other friends, sadly.
It's a social life. I don't even know what that is. All of my friends are on my sports team or people I work with. So I don't really hang out with anyone except for those people. Don't have time.
The owner of Emo's, Craig Miller, thinks most teens manage their time well.
Quite honestly, most of our students are really good about juggling that themselves. They're used to it, and that give and take teaches them a lot of life lessons about what it's like to be able to enjoy things responsibly, and also work hard and enjoy the benefits of that.
Being involved is a really good thing, but to be honest, it is good, but when you have too much going on, people expect you to do so much. It's you can only do certain things because some things are important to you and some things are important to other people.
How do you juggle a job, school, and your social life? Tweet us at Blue Jay Journal. For Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Carolyn Williams reporting.
We can dye it, we can style it, and we can chop it off. Our hair is something that has a huge impact on how people view us. But what if your natural hair color is a bit special and rare? Ellie Rep has a story.
As you may or may not notice, I have something about me that makes me a little different than others. But I am not alone.
I like having red hair. I like having red hair.
Not a lot of people have red hair.
I'm unique. Kind of stand out from everybody else. There's not very many of us, so we can be we can say, hey, I got red hair.
Being a redhead isn't always fun and games. Sometimes it can be a struggle.
I don't exactly like to stand out. I feel like people kind of judge me for it.
I don't like all the stereotypes that come with having red hair. The difference between redhead and ginger may be small, but most redheads dislike being called a ginger.
I do not like being called a ginger because I feel like people are looking down on me and they're making fun of me because I have red hair. It's kind of derogatory, but I don't really get called a ginger very much because I'm not totally a ginger.
Not only is the name ginger offensive, but being accused of not having a soul can also hurt feelings. The Comedy Central show South Park only increased the popularity of the idea that redheads are soulless. I think it's kind of funny sometimes, but sometimes it just can get annoying.
I think that's just stupid. Why would you call me soulless because of my red hair? That just seems ridiculous to me. Pretty sure I have a soul.
Although soul can be described as many different things, most people understand what temper is. And being quick to anger is a famous redhead quality.
I do kind of think it's fair that they say that because I know a lot of redhead people and myself that kind of have a bad temper, so I'd say that's probably true.
Anytime that I get mad, my friends should just be like, oh, it's just because you're a redhead, you have a fiery temper, and that gets annoying.
I never heard that people with red hair have bad tempers.
Don't mess with me!
But I feel like it could be true because when I get mad, I get pretty mad. I don't know. But I don't know if that has to do with my red hair.
Gingers do have souls.
Less than 4% of the United States population has red hair, making it one of the rarest hair colors. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Ellie Rep, reporting.
We want to thank you so much for watching our show. And remember, you can visit us online at www.bluejayjournal.com.
And you can follow us on Twitter at Blue Jay Journal and like us on Facebook at Blue Jay Journal TV.
Until next time, I'm Shannon Belcher, along with Kristen Miller, saying,
Have a great day, Washington!